Hello everyone, my name is Sam.
And I'm Austin, and welcome to Geeking Out About It.
This week we're taking a step back and we're talking about something that we've actually mentioned before on the show, that topic being Disney Plus.
That's true. When we did our Disney episode back all the way in November, Disney Plus hadn't launched yet, so we didn't want to cover it then. But it's been a while now, so I feel like it's appropriate to cover this new streaming service.
Especially since a lot of people are at their homes right now watching different streaming services, and Disney Plus is one of those big ones that a lot of people have been tuning into.
Especially because it's a family market, and with everyone's kids at home, them staying home from school, it's actually grown pretty significantly in its viewership compared to other streaming services.
Yeah, and as we said in our Disney episode, Disney is this just massive company that has a lot of really good stuff that a lot of family-oriented things want to watch, so Disney Plus has succeeded in that nature.
Especially with the way that streaming services have been rotating, it's actually really important to talk about Disney Plus, because what's been happening with streaming services is there's been more and more of them coming into existence over the last couple of years. It's become a lot more like cable or broadcast television than it was back when it was just Netflix running everything, or those few years where it was just Netflix and Hulu, and basically any show you wanted to watch that had gone out of airing on live television was on just those two services. Mm-hmm. Now every broadcast company, every organization that could feasibly come up with one is trying to make their own streaming service, and Disney is no exception to this.
Yeah, there's so many out there right now, like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon
CBS All
Prime,
Access,
CBS All
DC
Access.
Universe.
Yeah, DC has their own one, and then Disney Plus.
Of course, HBO has its own thing, but that's not new. HBO's been a premium network forever.
But there's just so many different types of things that are like, oh, you need to pay a certain fee for this particular set of things.
Yeah, it's becoming cable. The streaming services have very much been adapting, just like the cable broadcast services adapted over about a 10-year period. It's about basically the same thing that's happened over the last few years here with streaming services. Although, to be fair, if any company is going to make its own streaming service for just its own programs, which everyone's been doing, Disney is probably the best competitor for that job.
Yeah.
With the wide variety of content that they have available to them compared to other services, it is actually the best of the we only show our own stuff kind of shows.
Disney Plus offers a lot of different stuff, from like the Disney content, like the original Disney content, to Pixar, to Star Wars, to Marvel, and National Geographic, which is actually
they did make a partnership with National Geographic a few years ago, and we're seeing that pay off now with their streaming platform.
There's a lot of really like impressive content on there, from documentaries to all the kind of movies that we've grown up with and come to love.
That's true. They do have a wide variety of content, which actually makes it way more acceptable that they've made their own streaming service. Because if you want to watch something for little kids, you've got classic animation or Pixar. Although there's a lot of stuff in Pixar that's not necessarily for little kids, but it can certainly be watched by little kids. Yeah. And then if you want something that's made for the teen demographic, you've always got Marvel and whatnot. And then if you're old and want to watch cool stuff anyway, you've got Nat Geo and Star Wars, because classics are always on there. But the amount of stuff that they've had available to them, and especially it's not part of Disney Plus, but it's associated with. They've got ESPN, because Disney has a very, very tight hold with ESPN. They've made a bundle deal, so you can end up getting ESPN and a whole bunch of different sports packages and whatnot, like you would normally pay, and Disney Plus for less money than you would normally be able to pay for the two separately. So that's also helped them out with calling in a lot of the market, and it's allowed them to grow rapidly. Plus the fact that it's Disney, so they've been marketing the absolute hell out of it.
As you guys may remember from the Disney episode, I am a huge Disney fan. I'm a big Disney nerd. I love everything that comes out of that. So Disney Plus for me is something that I actually really like. And one thing that I thought has been really good so far is that the original Disney Plus content has been really solid so far.
Yeah,
I've
Disney
been
Plus
really
originals.
enjoying it, especially the documentary about Walt Disney and making Disneyland.
Imagineering Story?
Yeah, it's so good.
It is actually
Watch
really
the Imagineering
good.
Story.
If you like Disneyland, the Imagineering Story is definitely for you.
It is
and they've
fantastic.
got the other stuff that they did, the High School Musical, the series, which is going to be one of the most comically named things that's ever been made.
I watched the whole thing, and it is strangely good. Like, the first 3 episodes are probably, they're not that good, but when it gets to that 4th episode and on, man, that show starts getting good. I was like, oh man. it's like discount Glee, but if Glee wasn't just terrible. So yeah.
And then there's the Disney Plus originals that are coming out for Marvel that are going to be coming soon. We've got the Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which is actually the
it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. We've got the WandaVerse thing that's happening.
Yeah, WandaVision, and then we have Loki.
Yeah, the Loki show that's coming out, which has the worst title graphic ever, by the way.
Yeah,
you're probably seeing it now, but whoever designed that, what the hell. And then the other stuff that's coming out, the Star Wars original content, that's actually already come out now. Well, most of it. We're a few episodes away at the time of recording. from being done. But yeah, The Mandalorian came out, which was excellent. It was the best Star Wars content that had come out basically anywhere for years.
Yeah, a long time.
It was a Western set in Star Wars. I love that.
Yeah.
And so did many fans. And then we've got Clone Wars Season 7, which was the original 7th series of the Clone Wars, which was scrapped because they ran out of them deal with Cartoon Network once Disney acquired Star Wars, and we were like, oh, we were never going to get it, and that's kind of sad. And then Disney brought Dave Filoni back, and they're like, hey, let's make Season 7 of the Clone Wars for Disney Plus, and it's really good.
Yeah, overall, though, Disney Plus has just been putting out a lot of really cool original content, but that is all the time that we have to talk about Disney Plus in tonight's episode.
We will talk about Star Wars, the Clone Wars Series 7. We'll get to that. But we shouldn't do it in this episode.
We'll get to it, but Disney Plus episode is not the episode to do that. So if you liked it, give us a like and leave us a comment down below about any topics that you want to see us talk about. That's actually something that we're really trying to push into this. So yeah, that's all we got.
And you make sure you tell us how you feel about the state of the streaming services and whether or not you like that Disney Plus exists. We certainly do, but not everyone is us. I think that's all for tonight's episode, so goodbye.
Yep.